Hey guys, as you can tell, it is me again. Today is Sunday, January 9th, uh, 2011. That makes it day 9, I guess, on our project Serve Him More. Uh, let's see here, guys. If I look a little different, a little funny, and all this, I'm going to try something different tonight. See how it goes. Something Brother Woody has been wanting me to do, and that's quit looking down and reading out of my iPod. So what I'm going to try to do tonight is I'm going to read out of my eSword. And I've already got what I'm going to read tonight pulled up. But see, when I do that, my little screen that shows me where I can see myself, making this video from my webcam, I have to put it off to the side. And for some reason, I've got a habit when I'm talking, looking at that so I can see myself. So that's, as you could probably just tell, I was kind of looking over to the side because I was, even though I know the camera's right in front of me and that's where I need to look, I've just got a habit of looking at myself. So we'll see how this goes tonight, see how it works. It was a suggestion from Woody. Like I said, we'll see how it goes. I'll use this tonight. One thing I do like about using this instead of the iPod is this eSword has got commentary on it from John Wesley. And, that can be kind of interesting sometimes. So we'll see how it goes tonight. See how it works. But yeah, guys, I'm glad you all here. I got to look down and see my clock, see where I started at. I'm going to try to get this in earlier tonight, guys, because I need to get this done. I'm going to try. I'll be honest about it, guys. I told you all I was going to try to start doing this new thing, where I pray at least an hour every night before I go to bed. I'm not going to lie about it, guys. I've not been doing it. I've just not done it. I've let other things get in my way. But I'm going to try to start it tonight. Today, Sunday's actually the first day of a new week. At least that's the way the Jews see it. And, even though modern scholars will argue against it, that's actually where we came from. So I figure if it's good enough for them, I'm not saying I'm going to start doing any Jewish traditions or anything, but you know what I'm just saying. I'm just, I like the idea of Sunday beginning the week instead of, most people look at it as Monday begins the week. But, I like looking at it Sunday begins the week because Sunday being a day that we try to give even more to the Lord, that always makes it a good day for me. So anyway, what I'm trying to get at now, I'm going to try to do my hour of praying tonight before I go to bed. And I need to get in the bed earlier tonight. So I'm going to try to be in the bed by 12:30 or 1 o'clock. Last night I didn't get into bed till like 3:30 because I knew we didn't have church today. And I just stayed up doing stuff. And, I didn't get up today till like 11 o'clock. So, but I'm going to try to get in bed earlier tonight because I have to be at work a little bit earlier in the morning. Try to gather up the parts and get this Toyota done. I know we're not going to get it done tomorrow, but if everything goes right, we may be able to get it done Tuesday. So again, guys, just pray for me on that car. I've still got so much stuff that could go sideways on me and destroy me on that car. It's like I said, it's. I believe it's giving me an ulcer, to be honest about it, worrying about that car. I'm worrying about if everything's going to turn out all right. I found one bearing down in it. Well, not down. It's one cam bearing that's got a place in it that I didn't notice until, we had it apart and looking at it. That really needs to be replaced. But this guy's in such a big hurry and he's crowding me so bad already. I don't have time to order one, and just things like that's kind of bothering me, which I know part of it's my fault for not having the car done as quick as he wanted it. But, I wish he'd just ease up on me. If he'd ease up on me, I could do a better job on the car. And I'll tell you guys something I've always wanted to do, and I may do this someday. I may make another channel. I've always kind of joked about writing a book about this stuff. I would like to be able to give people advice on how to deal with their mechanics. I know most mechanics don't have a good reputation, and, they put us in there with used car salesmen, or even worse. But, I really would like to just sit down and be able to tell people little hints and tips and tricks to deal with mechanics to help themselves so much, and that's the two biggest things that I think when you have strife between a customer and a mechanic, or a customer and a shop, it's usually over the customer don't want to fix the car right, or this is in my experience, you know, uh, don't want to fix the car right. They want you to try to fix the car and patch it together, basically, just to be honest about it. And they tell you, oh, that's fine. You know, you tell them, well, no, this is probably not going to fix the car right. It may fix it for a day or two, or it may do this. And from my experience, they'll say, oh, I don't care. As long as you can fix it cheap, that's fine. But then in the week or two or month or two, and it does break down again, like you told them it was going to, instead of looking back and saying, well, you know, he did tell me this was going to happen. They don't do that. They just start jumping straight up and down. You didn't do this right. What kind of shop are you? And blah, 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 blah. So you have a lot of that, and you have a lot of what this guy's doing to me. You know, just calling every day, rushing. Have you got the car? Have you got the car? Have you got the car? And guys working on cars today, it's kind of like doing brain surgery. I mean, would you want a doctor rushing if he was dug into your skull, pulling veins around? And so would you want him in a hurry to, oh, I got to get out of here. I got to get this job done. You know, people don't realize how bad they're hurting themselves when they rush their mechanic. I mean, even though, like I said, even though there was a big misunderstanding here, and I know this guy needs his car, I'm afraid by him not giving me time to do everything on this car like I should do, we're going to run into a problem. Just like we're already, we were going to take the head off and have it milled, have it trued, and check for cracks. Well, see, now, since he's in such a big hurry, he decided not to do that, which it probably don't need it. Most of the time you don't have to do that, but we like to do it just for, you know, just to be on the safe side. But see, he's already said, oh, no, don't do that. You know, I need the car. Don't, because that would take 2 or 3 days, because our nearest machine shop's in Virginia. It's in the next state. So we'd have to run it there, wait a day or two, go back and pick it up. So, see, we're already taking shortcuts that he's telling us to do just to get this car done quick. You know, and you know, to me, borrowing the car or something off your dad, and I'm sure his dad's, this guy's quite a bit older than me, and my dad is almost 70, so I'm sure this guy's dad is up in his 80s. I don't really see him driving a whole lot. So I really don't see what the big deal is having to borrow his dad's car for 3 or 4 more days. But I don't, like I said, he's throwing a fit. So, you know, but if something goes sideways on this car, say, he won't see that. He'll just see that we done something wrong. He won't see that by him rushing me, he's killing me trying to do this car right. But anyway, guys, I didn't want to get into that much stuff tonight. But just pray for me. And that's, you know, I would appreciate it if you guys would commit to maybe praying an hour tonight or tomorrow night or whatever to God, and pray for me over this, because I'm telling you guys, it's that big a deal to me, and I'm scared that bad that this job is going to go sideways because of some of these shortcuts we're having to take. And you know, I don't have the money to fix you know, if this car, something goes wrong with it, I don't have the money to fix it. So anyway, guys, just pray for me on that. And I guess that's about it as far as all that goes. I just want to tell you guys that. I wanted to get your prayers. I know you're already praying for me, guys, but I mean, I would ask you to even take it to the next level, praying for me, because I mean, it's worrying me that bad, and it means that much to me. Let's see. What else? I was going to try to do a review today on my new gun, my F&P 45, but I just didn't get to do it, guys. To be honest about it, I've been kind of down and depressed today. Mainly because, you know, just this weather, you know, 8 or 10 inches of snow outside, 15 degrees, can't get out and do nothing. Didn't get to have church today. You know, worrying about this Toyota. Between a lot of these things, it's just got me down. So pray for me on that, guys. Pray for me that the Lord will give me that peace that surpasses all understanding that we know that He can give us, that I felt before. Just pray for me on that, guys. But anyway, okay, I'm moving myself over to the side now. That's why it looks kind of strange. But we're going to continue tonight, guys. In Mark chapter 1, last night we, try to look at the camera. Last night we quit in chapter 1, verse 24. So tonight we're going to start in chapter 1, verse 25. So here we go. But Jesus rebuked him, saying, Be silent, and come out of him. And the unclean spirit, convulsing him and crying out with a loud voice, came out of him. The guys, one interesting thing here on the commentaries and Wesley's commentaries, I think is interesting. In for 126 here it says, a loud noise. For he was forbidden to speak. Christ would neither suffer those evil spirits to speak in opposition nor yet in favor of him. He needed not their testimony, nor would encourage it, lest any should infer that he acted in concert with them. So Jesus actually shut these spirits up, or at least in Wesley's opinion he did, because he didn't want them saying something, he didn't want them rousing him, but he also didn't want them saying, yes, we admit that you are God. He didn't need that. He just didn't need their testimony, so he shut them up. I thought that was kind of neat. Anyway, starting in verse 27, and they were all amazed, so that they questioned among themselves, saying, what is this? A new teaching with authority? He commands even the unclean spirits, and they obey him. And at once his fame spread everywhere throughout all the surrounding region of Galilee. And immediately he left the synagogue and entered the house of Simon and Andrew with James and John. Now Simon's mother-in-law lay ill with fever, and immediately they told him about her. And he came and took her by the hand and lifted her up, and the fever left her, and she began to serve them. That evening at sundown they brought to him all who were sick or oppressed by demons. And the whole city was gathered together at the door. And he healed many who were sick with various diseases, and cast out many demons. And he would not permit the demons to speak, because they knew him. That's what I was going to say a while ago, guys. I think Jesus was just doing this so that the people would still have to wonder who he was. It just wasn't hardly time yet for him to come out and say who he was, or at least that's my opinion on it. So he didn't want the demons to blurt it out. Verse 35, and rising very early in the morning, while it was still dark, he departed and went out to a desolate place, and there he prayed. And Simon and those who were with him searched for him, and they found him and said to him, everyone is looking for you. We're going to stop right here in this next verse, guys. And he said to them, let us go on to the next towns, that I may preach there also, for that is why I came out. So, I guess tomorrow night, guys, we will be continuing on in chapter 1, verse 39. So, I'm going to exit out of my eSword and pull my little screen over here so I can see it. But anyway, guys, I'm glad you all were here tonight. Like I said, guys, I hope somebody gets something out of these readings. Because if somebody's not getting something out of these, there's no use in doing them. But the Lord tells us that His word will not go out, and it won't come back void. If you put it out there, that's the reason we all need to be doing this. To be honest about it, we all need to be doing this. What I'm doing. I mean, whether it's on the internet, whether it's giving your testimony at church, whether it's going up to strangers, the woman in the grocery line, or whatever, we all need to be witnessing and putting God's word out there, because it will not return void. Somebody will hear it, and it will make a difference. You can guarantee that. God says that even the rocks will worship Him if nobody else will. If nobody else will worship Him, somebody will. Something will worship God. If we get too stupid and too stone-hearted to do it, something will worship God. But anyway, guys, I thank y'all for being here. I guess I'm going to get off here and get back to watching Top Gear. I don't like this Top Gear like me and Brother Woody was talking the other night. I don't like this Top Gear as good as I do the British one. I hate to say that, because the British one gets on my nerves, because those guys are just so anti-American. I don't know if all British people are like that or not, or if they just do that to make better television, but those guys are just jerks to Americans. The British ones are, but to me they got a better show. They're funnier. These guys try to be funny, and they're not. So I don't know. It's a decent show, but like I said, it's not as good as the British one. So anyway, guys, like I said, I thank you guys for being here. I'm going to get off here now. I'm going to try to start maybe here. It's almost 11 o'clock. I'm going to start maybe trying to pray at 11, pray till midnight, and then get into bed, or at least something close to that. So anyway, guys, I love you all. If you need anything, let me know. Like I said, guys, just you don't understand how much I need prayer on this car, how much I need God's help on this car. So anyway, you guys, I know you're faithful to do that. Um, so, and like I said it on the diesel guys, but there's a few of you guys that I got your phone numbers, and any of the rest of you, if you ever want me to call you, just send me your phone number. John, I need to call John. I need to call Mad Bad Voodoo. Me and Woody talked this the other day, but I need to call him too. But to be honest about it, guys, this Toyota is stealing all my joy right now. Kind of like Brother John said the other day, I got the diesel done, and the Toyota stole the joy from it. I should have been joyous over it. This Toyota's stealing a lot of my joy right now. Well, not necessarily the car, but between the car and the guy that owns it. So you guys just pray for that. And when I get out with all this stuff done, I'm going to start calling you guys. So anyway, guys, I'm going to get off here. So till I see y'all again, good night. God bless. Good night.